All right. Hi, everyone. So I am Dr. Espino Perez, and I will be a professor for Intro to Social Psychology. And I just wanted to give you a little brief introduction to the course. Um, when you log on to your course Canvas, you should see all the different courses that you've signed up for, all the different classes that you've registered for. Um, And you should click on social psychology. And once you do, you'll see the description of social psychology. You'll also see different modules. So for each week that we have in this course, we will have a module. So for module one, this is week one, we're going to be talking about an invitation to social psychology and research methods. So let's just go ahead and click on that one. I believe I've already made it live. So some of these items will not be visible to you until you complete other items that are required. So for every week, I'm going to have a questions, comments, concerns folder here. And you can submit a question. If you answer a question correctly for another student, then you can get some extra credit points. There will be limits to that, but you can gain some points there. So, some people argue that social psychology is just common sense. So, in order to test whether it is common sense, you have to take a quiz. So, it's one of the first things you have to do is complete is social psychology just common sense? And you can take the quiz by clicking here. So, at the end of the quiz, it will give you a score so that you'll know what the correct answer is. However, everyone will receive full credit. So once you complete the quiz, you should be able to view the PDF for an introduction to social psychology and also to watch the lecture, the first lecture on social psychology. I also included an additional video that you can watch. So the second lecture of the week is going to be research methods. So intro and research methods continued, and that is the PDF. And then this will be the um, actual video lecture. So for this class, I do want you to complete this getting to know you, just so that I can get to know everyone in this class a little bit better. Although we are remote, I still like to establish relationships with my students in case you need a letter of recommendation or you're interested in pursuing a career in psychology. I also have different journals that you will submit. More information on those are in the syllabus. And then you have chapter one quiz. So, I believe this is our textbook. So sixth edition, and you can read through all of my course policies. I'm just going to go over some of the more important ones. Um, so you are expected to check your university email account at least once daily. And my goal is to respond to you within 48 hours. But if I have not responded to you, please send me another email to remind me. I will also not reply to the following request, asking for an extension on an assignment, seeking a way to bring up your grade by doing extra work aside from the already provided extra credit, attempt to upgrade one's grade for various reasons, such as for financial aid purposes or being able to walk in the graduation ceremony, play a sport, etc. Open past assignment quizzes or extra credit once you've turned it in or the assignments have been graded. All the all the different information for how to do well in this class is provided in the syllabus. Let's see. I talked a little bit about flex goals there, but or flex due dates, but I haven't talked about it at that point. So, one of the new items that the university has asked us to include in our documents is a line on video recordings. So in accordance with the Western Oregon University Student Code of Student Responsibility, students may not record or distribute any classroom lectures, discussions, or instructional content without the express written permission of the instructor. Recordings may be made when they're an approved accommodation. Unauthorized recording or dissemination of class content is considered academic misconduct and may result in disciplinary action. Please be aware that recording another person's speech or image without permission may be a criminal offense. Even in situations where criminal laws don't apply, it's wise to consider other potential consequences before proceedings. So civil lawsuits, school or workplace rules, etc. Especially because we will be talking about some very controversial topics in this class. Here are the flex due dates. So this is something that I have included since I had my son. So I have a 4-year-old son and he's in daycare. And what that means is that sometimes I'll need to pay a lot of attention to him, which may mean that I may be delayed in supplying you with your materials. But because this is an online class, I usually try to have everything done ahead of time. So to compensate you for your understanding of my potential delay because of my son's illness, you may turn in an assignment up to 3 days later than the due date with no penalty to your grade. So this is for most assignments except the final exam. You get an extra 3 days. So all assignments in this class will be due. The soft due date is on Sundays at 11:59 p.m. Hard due date is going to be usually on Wednesdays. So you get an additional 3 days beyond the Sunday. Soft due date, the hard due date is Wednesday. After that, the assignment will not be opened. Um, I also will not open an assignment because you submitted the wrong document. You need to submit the correct document, make sure it's for this class, and in a format I can easily access. Microsoft Word. The university provides Microsoft Word, so please, there's a link to Microsoft Word somewhere in this syllabus. So please download Microsoft Word and submit your assignments in Microsoft Word. If I'm unable to access the document you submitted or the wrong assignment was uploaded to Canvas, no extension or opportunity to make up the assignment will be provided and the assignment will earn a 0. Here are the different things that you must do in order to do well in this class. You have an exam. The exams are going to be online. They will be open book, open note, no open internet. I know when you're using ChatGPT, if you do really poorly on some of the quizzes and then all of a sudden you get 100% on the exam, that makes me question whether you are just using your notes and the book or if you're using ChatGPT or another AI. There's going to be a syllabus quiz. I think I called it the syllabus acknowledgement. That's worth 2% of your grade. Every week, you'll write a brief 1 to 2 paragraph journal entry that will be submitted on Canvas. You can read more information about it here. Weekly quizzes. You will have quizzes every week, and I will not count all of them towards your grade. I'll drop the lowest scoring 3. There will also be article summaries that will be due, and we can talk more about these once the article summaries are close to being due. Something important to remember, and I'll include this in the submission upload page, is that the articles must be from one of these 4 journals. So the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin, the Journal of Experimental Social Psychology and Psychological Science. You also get to make memes in this class. And then I offer 2% credit. So it is part of your expected engagement with the class to meet with me for office hours. And this is the grade breakdown. So my office hours are in person on Mondays from 11 to noon, Thursdays from 9:30 to 11:30, and 2 to 3 p.m. The only online office hours I have are from 11 to noon on Wednesdays. And you can schedule that online office hours by clicking on this link right here. But if you would like to meet with me online during my in-person scheduled office hours, that's totally fine. Just make sure to send me an email and I can send you a Zoom link. If none of these times work, you can also contact me and we can find a time that is mutually agreeable so that we can meet up and discuss your progress in the class. All right, so for this week, we're going to talk about the syllabus, the introduction, and you're going to watch a lecture on Invitation to Social Psychology. The methods of social psychology will be on Thursday. So on Monday, you should probably read the first chapter, and then on Tuesday I'll post a lecture so you can watch it. On Wednesday you should read chapter 2, and then on Thursday I'll post a lecture. So because there really is no structure to this, there is some structure to this class. But even when I was a student and I took online classes, I found it really tempting to wait until the last minute to complete all the assignments. So I'm doing y'all a favor by scheduling the release of lectures on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so that way you can sort of pace yourself and make sure that you complete the assignments at a good pace. All the lectures will not be open on week one. They will be open based on the week that they are supposed to be given. So week two, we will continue with the methods of social psychology, and then we'll talk about the social self. And then week three, we'll have an exam, and then we'll talk about relationships and attraction, and so on and so forth. For each week, I also have the assignments that are due on Sunday. So week two, you have a pretty heavy week three, and so on and so forth. We do have a few days that are holidays. So November 11th is Veterans Day, but we're not online. 11/26 is Thanksgiving. We may have a final review session. And that's all I have for today. So I'm really excited to get to know all of you and to work together so that you can learn more about social psychology. I'm looking forward to grading all of your assignments and hope you have a great week.